Hello, hello. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Put in the chat if you can hear me or not. I want to make sure everybody can hear me. Hello, Queen. I see y'all in the chat. Thank y'all for being here. If you can hear me, put a one in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me before we get started. Thank you, Laura Bell. Hey, y'all. Look, this is the first live in a very long time for me. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. And hopefully, we won't be here long. But go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already done so. Thank y'all. I see the ones coming up. Hit that like button for me, and we're going to be starting to do more lives over here. Now, y'all know why we are here today. We have a lot to talk about. Hopefully, it won't take us too long. And I'm a little rusty because I haven't been live in a very long time. So I wanted to talk about the incident that happened. I felt like this would be a good time for us to start our first live over here on the DESILVA'S podcast. Okay. And I wanted to talk about what happened because this stopped being about just boxing the moment we saw Claressa's emotions spill all over the place outside of the ring. And I think there's a much bigger conversation happening underneath this situation. I think we need to have this conversation, especially when it comes to younger women looking at somebody like Claressa as a role model. Now, I know most of you saw what happened in reference to, her sneak, attack when it comes to Alycia. And there are people who are defending Claressa. And there was some questions that was asked by the public because a lot of the public is outraged about what has happened. I'm gonna read some of y'all comments too. Go ahead and put your comments in the chat. We'll be reading the comments today and everything. And so I wanted to come over and talk about what happens now. What happens after, she swung at Alycia at an event that had absolutely nothing to do about boxing. She swung on another co-worker per se, because they are co-workers there in the same arena. What would happen to anybody else outside of their work environment if a person came and did this to them who worked with them? Okay, so we're going to be talking about some of that, but before we do, we're going to go back a little bit. Okay, I'm going to share my screen because for those of you who have not seen, most people have seen this, but I want you to see it again over here before we start a discussion, because in my opinion, this is more than just boxing, more than just jealousy and envy. Well, jealousy and envy still, but there's something that I saw a while ago that I want to show you all, because the two things to me add together, her jealousy of Alycia, but there's another thing that I think is also causing Claressa to, and not causing her, the reason why she went this far. Okay. And we're going to talk about her behavior and, why she would do such a thing and why she should not do such a thing. Now, let me share my screen with you. Give me just a second. It's going to take me a minute to pull this up. Y'all go ahead and like the video while you're waiting. Let's see. Now, let's go here first, because I know most of you saw this, but I'm going to show this again. Hopefully you can see it. I'm sure you saw it, and this is what happened. And we're going to go through this so we can have a discussion about Claressa's behavior. So did you hear what she said? She says, I hate when you run your mouth. I hate when you run your mouth. And she reached out and swung in Alycia's direction. Okay. Now, I also noticed it looks like that was Papoose on the side of her. This comes from Geisha 305. Y'all see her. If you don't know who this is, she's over on Instagram, and she follows a lot of what happens with Claressa. Okay. So Pap was there. I'm going to turn this down. Pap was there, and if you notice, he's right there with her while she goes to do this. Now, some people question the fact that Pap was there and he looked shocked and did not know what to do, right? And you see he moved over. But before Claressa did this, Pap kind of looked around, okay? Like he was trying to look to see who was around. Now, in my opinion, you all tell me in the comments how you feel. In my opinion, what I've said is Pap is the battery in her back. I've always believed this and I still believe it. I believe he's the battery in her back. I believe he's the one that's telling her what she should and shouldn't do and how to keep all eyes on her. Because let's be clear, Claressa, in my opinion, has nothing going on. Okay. She's a social media performer at this point. What she should be focusing on is her career as a boxer, but instead, she's focusing on people looking at her and doing anything to get people to look at her, which is damaging to her career. I've said it on my other videos. I've shown the things that she has said and what she has done. If you haven't seen it, please go over to the videos and catch up on the videos. Hey, y'all, come on in here, family. I see all my family up in here. I see y'all. Thank y'all for supporting over here on this channel. Now, so she did this in public in front of everyone. And to me, just like when Pap walked in and she was working out and she said what she said, and Pap told her pretty much, he didn't want to give her no money, obviously, but he did tell her, you know, if you stay ready, pretty much you ain't got to get ready. And then when people are looking at you for modeling gigs, you know, then you'll be prepared. So, and to me, he's the battery in her back. One of the other things I notice when it comes to Claressa, she has basically gotten rid of everybody in her family. And what generally happens with a person like a man like Papoose, the narcs, is they will talk you into eliminating anybody close to you, so that way they will be the person that you have to lean on. So whatever he says, she's going to believe it. Remember when she told us, whatever Pap says pretty much is what it is. That's what she said, right? So let's transition from this video. Give me a second. And let's go look at, and I may come back and look at the comments on that. Now, let's go here. And I want to show you this because I want to show you the timeline and the things that's happening and how Alycia was getting a lot of attention.
How are you, sir? Pleasure to meet you as well. Small with this camera right here.
And Alicia's looking beautiful as always, acting very classy, not being loud, but still getting attention coming her way without all of the antics, the loudness. When we see Claressa, what do we see? She's loud. She's talking over everything. She's screaming and yelling, and she has to be the center of attention. There's one thing when you are the center of attention, because your energy brings attention to you for the right reasons. It's another thing when you're a center of attention because people are looking at you for the wrong reasons or trying to avoid you altogether, but you still trying to seek attention. Now, I'm going to show you this. Like I said, we're just going through a little timeline. Give me a second. So, as you can see here, Alicia's, she's, showing her nice gear and everything, kind of modeling, right? Being sweet, being cute, all the things, right? And in Alycia showing this, you notice Alicia's not on here cussing us out. She's not on here telling us, that we're jealous and all the things that we tend to hear from Claressa all the time. Every time you turn around, she got to remind us how jealous we are, how we want Pat, how we wish we were her, and how we wish we was rich and everybody's broke. Hey, y'all, I see y'all coming in. Alycia gets on her page and she basically is showing us her without all the antics, right? I'm just giving you a little background history and the difference in what happens between these two boxers, okay? After this situation happened, and I'm going to show you again, I'm going to get to where I want to go when it comes to another reason why I think Claressa has a major problem with Alycia. Yes, I believe it's jealousy, envy. I believe it's her beauty. I believe Alycia talks a lot of smack the same way Claressa does. But Claressa tends to think that she is the only person that can say whatever she feels like and nobody else should say it. So she tells Alycia, she pretty much hates when she talks and says things, right? But Claressa does the same thing. And that's one of the things they do in this sport, right? A whole lot of talking smack. That's what they do. So, as you can see here, Claressa tells us, I have plenty of class. She threatened me, called me all kinds of itches too. But Claressa, you do this all the time to people on social media when they don't agree with you. And nobody's putting their hands on you. You are a grown adult and you should have emotional control over yourself so that when you get into a public place at an event, that you don't act out like a child throwing a tantrum. Now, let me show you what else is going on. Claressa also wants to give us another message. I'm going to continue giving itches hell respectfully. Now, how do you call somebody out of their name and you tell them that you're going to give them hell respectfully? The two don't go together. How can you? How? I don't understand. So already she contradicts herself. And Claressa, from what I've seen in her behavior, she does this a lot. She'll say one thing and then she'll turn around and say something else as if you're talking to two different people. She says that little A girl, she called Alycia a little girl. So either she's calling other people old, like Papoose. She likes to act like Remy's old, and Papoose is older than Remy. Or now she's being disrespectful and saying that little A girl said, I'll beat your A right now, after already disrespecting me. But Claressa disrespects people all day, every day, from what I've seen. Okay. But again, I guess what's good for the goose ain't good for the gander. Only she can do this. Now you classy and playing victim. Here's another issue she has, because Alycia has been known for people saying that she's classy. She's classy and sassy, right? But Claressa wants to be classy. Is this classy? Is that classy, Claressa? What you have on and what you giving us the doubles? Is that classy? Can't go around threatening people. Take the slap and try and get your lick back. Quote. Try and get your lick back. Very child-minded. This is what we're talking about, right? And then you have people in the comments. The equivalent of a sucker punch, except in slap form, and you're proud of that, the bar is low. She says, I didn't sneak anybody. I was right there in her face. How didn't you sneak her? We all saw it. I'm good. She said she was going to whoop and I thought she was going to swing first. I guess I'm quicker. So sucker punch is you getting it in and the person don't realize you're going to do it. So because you thought she was going to do something, at least that's what you say, even though you had men standing in between you all, but you thought she was going to do it, so you did it. So that's your excuse for taking this outside of the ring. And you also know that you're not in Alycia's class as far as her weight class to box her. So you know that fight is never going to happen unless Claressa comes down to Alycia's weight class, which Alycia has said. If Claressa come down to her class, her weight class, she will fight her, but she's not going up to her class. They says, like, where's the class at in this? This is showing you can give a person money but can't change their character. Sad but typical. And you see Claressa Shields down here. She said, I have plenty of class. She threatened me, called me all kinds of itches. Now, I told y'all that one of the things that bothers her is the fact that the people are saying she has no class, but they are giving Alycia credit for having class. And then Alycia says, this is why you mad. This is why you mad. Now, let me go back over here, because now what I want to do is I want to show you something that I think people forgot or maybe never saw. And this is a big reason why Claressa is upset and probably will forever be upset. Right? Hold on for just a second. Now, give me a second. Let me increase this a little bit so you all can hear what Layla is saying.
I love about this young lady right here is that she is just everything that I want a female fighter to be. I'm saying from obviously the way that she walks, steps up to the plate, right? All that work that goes in. When I look at her body, when I look at a female athlete's body, we look at ourselves differently than the average woman. Our body is a machine, and I know what kind of work it takes. For her to get, so I love for her to get up on there and be like, look at me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at the work that she's putting in, and when we talk about wanting to be recognized in the world as athletes at a top level, you need to look like an athlete. And I said that when I was boxing. If a girl came up to me fighting Pudgy, I'd be like, I know this girl doesn't think she's gonna beat me. It's like, you didn't work hard enough. If you want to be the best, if you want to be the greatest, if you want to be the top dog, you got to put in that work, elite. So this is why I support Alycia. This is why I support other women that take the sport seriously and are going to take it to the next level, because in order to be, respected as athletes, is what we have to do, period.
I think it's just important to know what Layla has already done for the sport. She is the greatest woman of all time to come into a sport like boxing and really set the stage. When you look at myself and you look at her, you see this beauty, you see this beast, and you see someone who also is very vocal about women equality, about what boxing should look like, and just giving the inspiration. I am inspired. This is why I am here today, just with the confidence that comes from within. And Layla just shown that time after time after time. And just to see her here now to talk about the card, I know it's amazing because it's a full circle moment. And I know one day I'll be able to be here to speak on another women's fight, just to see how much the sport has grown.
What I love about this.
Now, y'all heard what Layla had to say, and you heard what Alycia had to say. Two of the things that these two women have in common is, even though they are fighters, they were both classy. Another thing that Claressa has made it very clear to us is that she does not like little, pretty, light-skinned Layla. Alycia also is around Layla's complexion, which Claressa seems to have some type of issue with a certain complexion, which is lighter, right? And let her tell it, the lighter girls always had something to say, and that can go both ways. We just saw what she did to Alycia. But what's more important is that her rivalry with Layla has also caused her, in my opinion, has caused her to be put in a position where no one wants to offer her anything business-wise. And also her situation with Papoose. Now, Layla says some things in here that I want to slow this down so I can talk about what she said. And I want to, interpret from my point of view, her message and what was put out there. And so Claressa has a major problem with Layla because, in my opinion, she wanted to be in a position like Layla and have a father that loved and cared about her and was proud of her, where they could share something in common. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. Because she keeps talking about Muhammad Ali and talk about her respect for him, but at the same time talking down about his daughter, who was very pivotal in opening the doors to women boxers. She also said she could whoop Layla and basically made it seem like Layla's accomplishments were absolutely nothing. And so Claressa sat down in an interview and talked about how she started fighting because of her father, because her father liked the sport, and that was the reason why she chose to fight. That was one of her stories. Her other story was she always wanted to fight. So you never know what the truth is with Claressa because she changed her story so often. But let's slow this down a little bit, okay? So we can talk about what Layla said. I wanted you to see it in its entirety, and I want to slow it down so we can discuss exactly what she said, because I feel like Layla said what she meant, but she also sent some messages to Claressa while doing so. So let's slow this down and play this again.
Young lady right here is that she is just everything that I want a female fighter to be.
First thing, Alycia is the representation of what Laila is saying is everything what she wants a female boxer to be. Laila, even though she's not in the sport anymore, she accomplished a lot and she set the tone. And her father, coming from her father's legacy, don't y'all think that Laila has a lot of behind the scene pull when it comes to this arena of female boxers? So her putting it out there is a signal to the world and the people that's responsible for boxing. She's putting a stamp of approval on Alycia. But when you look at the situation with Claressa, she said she would never grace her pretty much in boxer. She would never, do anything when it comes to Claressa and Claressa to help promote her. And Claressa is a big disappointment. But let's go on.
I'm saying from obviously the way that she walks, steps up to the plate, right? All that work that goes in. When I look at her body, when I look at a female athlete's body, we look at ourselves differently than the average woman. Our body is a machine.
Now, you heard what Laila said. We've seen Claressa out here eating any and everything, okay? She said she feels like they are different, not better, not smarter, not cuter, different. She sees their bodies as different because their bodies is what they use in their field. So their bodies is a machine. Is Claressa's body a machine? I'm just saying. I'm just asking a question. So that's another thing that could lean towards what we see when it comes to Claressa, what she's not doing.
And I know what kind of work it takes, for her to get. So I love for her to get up on there and be like, look at me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at the work that she's putting in, and when we talk about wanting to be recognized in the world as athletes at a top level, you need to look like an athlete. And I said that when I was boxing. If a girl came up to me fighting Pudgy, I'd be like, I know this girl doesn't think she's gonna beat me.
Now, if a girl came up to me looking pudgy, I would say, I know this girl don't think she could beat me because she got all that pudginess on her. Okay? She got all that chicken and ribs all lined up and next to each other, all up on her ribs. Then went up in weight class, then gained 20, 15, 20 pounds and can't get back down, finding a hard time to get back down. Walking around with a pudge, looking like the regular everyday woman walking around, but you're an athlete. You're a representation of what boxing is for women. And we also know that the sport for women is a lot harder on the women than it is on the men. But let's go on later. Tell us more.
You didn't work hard enough. If you want to be the best, if you want to be the greatest, if you want to be the top dog, you got to put in that work. Elite. So this is why I support Alycia. This is why I support other women that take the sport seriously and are going to take it to the next level. Because in order to be, respected as athletes, this is what we have to do. Period.
So, if you want to be the great, you got to put in that work. Isn't that what Pap just told her when she was asking him for money? He redirected the conversation and told her pretty much, yeah, you playing. And she said she feel like she needs to get paid again for working out so that her body that she uses as her career, and she tells everybody she's the GOAT, so that her body looks right. She felt like Pap should pay her. Why? That's the career you chose. You supposed to stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. And maybe if her body was in the condition it should be in, when she needed to drop weight, it would be easier for Claressa to drop weight, because from what they're saying, she's having a very hard time finding boxers at that weight class. But yet, you want to fight outside the ring. You don't want to come down and wait to fight Alycia. You want to come outside the ring. And I want you to take note too, looking at Alycia and Laila Ali. While Laila is talking, Alycia is very humble. She's quiet. She's observing. She looks like she is just grateful and thankful for being there. See, that's humbleness. That's knowing that the people come before you to set the road for you. You know, I appreciate them. That's knowing that if it wasn't for you, I might not be here because you opened up some doors before me. But let's go on.
You know,
I think it's just important to know what Laila has already done for the sport. She is the greatest woman of all time to come into a sport like boxing and really set the stage.
Now, Alycia said Laila is the greatest woman of all times, not quotes. Laila. And what did Claressa say? That she be running her mouth. She hate when she run her mouth. So these two women, the older woman, the OG, and this younger woman that's up and coming, that's the face of boxing. And Claressa tells us she's the face of boxing, but people are not recognizing her in a positive way. But these two women have decided that we are going to acknowledge each other's greatness. See, ain't no competition between us. We don't have to compete. You was in your prime and had your time, and now I'm in my prime and I have my time, and I respect you and you respect me. But we don't see that when it comes to the GOAT. But let's go on.
When you look at myself and you look at her, you see this beauty, you see this beast, and you see someone who also is very vocal about women equality, about what boxing should look like, and just giving the inspiration. I am inspired. This is why I am.
She says she's inspired. I believe her. Look how Layla's looking at her like admiration. I'm proud of you. And Alycia looks like she's 2 seconds from, tearing up. She's tearing up by why she's saying this. See, that's respect. And somebody need to teach it to Claressa because she ain't got none. But let's go on.
Here today, just with the confidence that comes from within, and Laila just showing that time after time after time, and just to see her here now to talk about the card, I know it's amazing because it's a full circle moment, and I know one day I'll be able to be here to speak on another women's fight just to see how much the sport has grown.
what I love about
So Alycia is saying that Laila has been an example pretty much. And where Laila is right now, she wishes to be one day. She wishes to come behind her and come, to a fight and be recognized and can stand in the same situation that Laila is staying in. And by the way, let me say Laila looks good. Laila is still in shape. Laila said that she still works out every day. She still gets in there and practice boxing every day because she's an athlete, even while she's in her, her grown woman era, her older era, while she's raising her family and taking care of family and her husband. She still cherishes and appreciates her body and what her machine, as she called it, can do and what it has done. Where we're over there looking at Claressa, and what do we see over there? Some of everything. Okay. All out doing everything. And I'm not saying she can't be out enjoying herself. But what I am saying is, as a fighter, there should be a different level of care when it comes to Claressa. And I don't see that. Now, let me show you something that people have been talking about, because a lot of people have talked about what happens next. Since she has done this when it comes to Alycia, we don't know what Alycia is going to do. But I wanted to answer some questions because people had questions in reference to what can happen next. Now, even though a lot of people believe that boxers' hands are registered weapons. Let me tell you, that is not true. There's no such thing. There's no law that says it. Their hands are not registered. However, because they are boxers, if they were charged with putting their hands on someone and it's not in self-defense, something that they started, and the person gets hurt, they can be charged a lot more harshly because they are boxers. But there is not a law, I could not find a law that said anything about their hands, are legal, registered legal, weapons. I have not seen that. Now, let's go through this, okay? Outside the ring, the consequences are real. One action outside the ring can impact your freedom, career, reputation, and future. Criminal charges, assault, battery, or aggravated assault charges can lead to arrest, court appearances, fines, or even prison time. Civil lawsuits. The victim can file a lawsuit seeking damages for medical bills, pain and suffering, and lost income. I think that Alycia is okay. Okay. Boxing commission suspended. Let me say that again. The boxing commission can suspend you. Suspension, fines, mandatory counseling, or even license being revoked. I feel like someone needs to step in, and she definitely needs some mandatory counseling, because what happens the next time when she sees Alycia? What happens when another boxer says something that she doesn't like? What happens when a regular, person walking around, a regular citizen walking around? What happens when they say something she don't like? They also talk about sponsorships at risk. Well, she ain't got no sponsorships. Do she got sponsorships, y'all? Y'all tell me, because I didn't see any. But y'all let me know. I could be wrong. Brands protect their image. One mistake can lead to dropped sponsorships and lost income. Now, from what I've seen, I don't know any sponsorships that she has. Okay, other than Pap. Okay, other than Pap. That's the only person she be acting like she's doing a sponsorship for. And now with her, and what has been happening all along is just that it's being highlighted because it happened to Alycia. But what we have seen in Claressa's behavior when it comes to Pap, when it comes to the situation with Remy, okay, even other situations, this is all being looked at. Do y'all think that we're the only ones that see this? No, we're not. Just like rappers, just like singers, okay? There are the higher ups who are watching this. Hello. Hi. Don't forget, y'all, please. Thank y'all for being here. I see it 479 of y'all in here. Can you please go ahead and hit that like button for me, okay? And then jail time. If injuries are severe or if it's not self-defense, jail time is a real possibility. Now, here's one that's happening right now: public backlash, media scrutiny, social media backlash, and damage to your reputation. She was already on this downward spiral with her reputation, and this just added to it. Now, I've heard people say she did this because she wants to be talked about, because they're kind of losing the spotlight, her and Pap over there. So she had to do something to ignite the people to talk about her again. But see, sometimes when you're doing things out of emotion or desperation because you want to be seen, and you are I ain't gonna say that word, okay, a media ho, okay, you will make a mistake and make a decision that can ruin you. Now, it says career impact, lost fights, canceled contracts, and legacy that could be defined by one moment. Let me say that again. Lost fights. This is her career impact that could possibly happen. Canceled contracts and legacy that could be defined by one moment. And I talk about on my videos about her legacy and what she will leave behind or not because of these decisions she made. Now, I want to say this. Sometimes when you link yourself to the wrong person, it brings the absolute worst out of you. I never heard of her, wasn't thinking about her until this whole thing with Papoose came out. And now all we see every day, all day, is Claressa, and some more of Claressa. And it makes no sense. Pap is also, okay, in the spotlight. And I hear women saying, I know Pap is embarrassed. Oh, Pap, I know he don't like this. Oh, Pap is quiet and stay to himself. Let me tell you about a covert narc, what they do, right? They stay quiet. They act like they ain't did nothing. They ain't doing nothing. But all the while in the background, like the puppet master, they're moving those strings. And they're really the ones that's making all the decisions. Because Pap used to tell us, he's about family and black love, and he's a man, and he a real man. See, no real man is going to stay in this type of situation. For one, his reputation is also tied to this because, in my opinion, he started all of this. But outside of that, Papoose has a young daughter that is going to be looking at other people besides the mom and the dad, that she's going to look and see and observe their behavior. And this is who you picked as a partner. So if I was Remy, my daughter would stay as far away from her as possible. Remy has made her mistakes too in the past, right? Remy was in a lot of things, altercations and things while she was with Pat. Makes you wonder. Right? Even though it wasn't all in our face until it got really bad, right? But it looks like to me that the same thing is happening with Claressa. So, Papoose, what do you have going on? What kind of spell do you have that's happening with these women? I just want to know because, if you didn't see my video, there's a video out talking about what's the possibility of why Remy really ended up behind those walls. Allegedly, it was because of a situation with Pat. That's what the people say. Now, I'm going to read some of your comments because I want to see what you have to say. Give me a second to take this down. Hold on. I'm so glad y'all here. Don't forget to hit that like button, please, family. I appreciate you. Okay. Let's see. Girl with the T says, yup, Pap forming his exit. He ain't around as much as he was before. No, because he's going down with her, if you ask me. This girl has to be being used by the industry to distract people, especially the black women. Why is that what's truly at stake right now? And we all are missing the true point. What's the true point, Azana? Papoose is the puppet master. None of her stuff goes viral because no one likes her. Now we will watch everyone else's videos against her. She is not viral. Exactly, Dollar. She is not. What she's doing is sending attention to everybody else. And let me tell you something too, because I'm glad you said that. She's upset too with the content creators because we are reporting what we see. So, according to her, we broke too and desperate and, all the things and jealous and, and we want Pap, child. Don't nobody want Pap. She say women be over there in his DMs. They must be like her because, child, I don't know what you're talking about. But according to her, she's upset because we're reporting what she has put on social media and will continue to do so. And I know her fans, some people are upset that we talk about it. But here's the thing. If she stops doing what she's doing, we wouldn't have anything to talk about. So I will say this. Thank you, Claressa, because you are putting money in our pockets. See, YouTube and content creators are the new reporters. In case you didn't know, you got people over there reporting on the Orange Man. Okay. And he's the chief in charge of this United States. So what makes her think that she's not going to be reported on? In my opinion, Sis acts like she knows all his past, but the pattern is the same. Every woman ends up in a mess and on time out with him. There is a pattern. And I can see it clearly. Pap doing his 1-2, then he's sliding. But she don't want to get toned because she feels like it's going to make her look too masculine and she won't look more feminine. Actually, I think it'll make her look better. Because right now, what Layla say? She pudgy. Later threw one out there, honey. I wouldn't be surprised if Pap didn't put the battery in her back by complimenting, making her jealous. If you notice, he stepped off a little bit and he was looking around. He moved to the side just a tad bit and was looking around. Like he was making sure the coast was clear or something. That man is using her. Claressa is slave to the internet. She craves validation and is spiraling because she's not being revered. Yes, she very much craves validation. In my opinion, Pap letting her swirl, she messing her bag up. She ain't gonna have no bag when it's all done and said. Now here, child. Both are knocks. I agree. Line dancing with the white boots didn't go viral enough. He puts her up to stuff. Now, Miss Dee, let me tell you something. You on the same page with me because I believe that. I absolutely believe, and it's my opinion, that he has conversations with her about what she can do next. If you notice, of course she had, or she act like, because I think she's, very insecure. But before she act like, she was securing herself. And she talked her talk, but that was it. After she got with him, she just went off the scales. You pretty. Oh, thank you. He is not attractive with the little boy dressing, the lack of funds, those huge teeth, receding hairline, and hips don't lie. Shakira hips. Not Shakira hips. Not Shakira hips. Now, y'all know his name pretty much means to carry a baby on your back. So he does have the perfect name. She's behaving like that because no other man wants her now. They might want that money she's making. That's about it. Clarence is a hood child. Anybody can have Pap just slide in his DMs. The 360 deal go there manic. Oh, got her manic. Now I found some information out a little bit about that deal too. So maybe I'll come back and do another live. She reminds me of Cardi with validation from the internet. Yes, her and Cardi B, in my opinion, have the same exact problem. They're male identified. They try to get validation from men mainly, and then they try to get it from the public. And both have failed. Even though Cardi B has a huge following, she still wants validation. And for her, I believe it's from the men. Now, y'all, thank y'all so much for being here. Go ahead and hit the live. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. I'm going to be doing more lives. Do y'all want me to do more lives? Y'all want me to come on live more? Tell me in the chat. Go ahead, put a 3 in the chat if you want me to come live more. And I'll start coming live more so we can talk more about things. What money? Hold on. What you say? What money? The only incoming money she has is from social media. Yes, I agree. Oh my God, yes. Okay, Aqua Queen. Oh, okay, I see. Carla, what you mean too? Carla, you don't want me to come live? Carla, you don't want me to come live no more? Carla, don't play. Don't make me come and visit you, girl. I said a 3, Carla, not a 2. She needs to be banned. I think there should be some some consequences for her, because otherwise, here's the thing with a person like Claressa. If there is not some type of consequences, she'll just go around and this is what she'll be doing. Whenever she gets upset, or she doesn't like something that's being said, it's just going to elevate more and more. She better watch out before Papoose. Oh, child, I love that name. Papoose get her onto a conservatorship like Wendy Williams and Britney Spears and Miley Cyrus. Is Molly on a conservatorship? I didn't know that. She is suffering from not multiple personalities, and a snack makes it worse. I got to research that snack. I've been hearing about that. Mary, I agree. Yes, Aquarius, just like Cardi, always need validation from social media. I wouldn't send not to his DMs. You wouldn't send your dog over there. He was blackballed from the rap community in New York, so he's getting her blackballed too. He tells her what to do so she can go viral. And then he promotes not his trashy music. Yes, more lives. Okay. I see y'all. I see y'all down here with the threes. All right, y'all. We're gonna be doing more lives. Okay. Y'all make sure y'all got y'all notifications on. Subscribe to the channel because sometimes YouTube does not send the notifications out. However, if you subscribe to the channel, when I set up a live, I will put it in the community tab. That way you should definitely get it. So, and the lives are more than likely going to be at 8 o'clock. We'll probably come back this Friday. How y'all like that? Because my Fridays will be free and my weekends are a little busy. So probably Friday, I'll be back on here live Friday, and whatever's going on, we'll be talking about it because I'm sure Claressa's going to give us more to talk about. Child, she is a train wreck that you cannot turn away from. You better be live every day. Not every day. She was hitting 3 too fast. Awkward, not hitting 3 too fast. Okay. Yes, more lives. Okay, I miss our convos over on Patreon. Me too, Miss B. I've been having an issue over there on Patreon, y'all. A big issue. And so I've been trying to contact them because my system has been locked out. So I'm trying to see what they can do. I think somebody took over my account over there. So we'll see what happens. Exactly. Okay, I'm gonna do more lives. Okay, I just wanted to know if y'all wanted me to. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, I had another channel before I came over here and started all over again. I felt like I needed a change. You all, my community from my other channel, I see a lot of you here, and I really appreciate you and love you all. But I have new people in the community. We have new family members, y'all. And so we're going to love y'all too. And I just wanted to know if you would like for me to do lives. And thank y'all so much because you really have been supporting my videos, and keep doing so, please. And keep going in those chats. But we definitely are going to do more lives. So we will be back on here Friday at 8 o'clock. Okay, no matter what's going on, we're going to be over here talking about something. So make your plans to be over here Friday at 8. If you do not have, and that's Eastern Standard Time, and if you do not have, if you cannot come, you can always watch the replay. But hopefully, since you all know, and it's Monday, you can plan and fit me in your schedule, okay? Yes, do more. We need and want your content. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin, one of my A1 day ones. Thank you, Kevin. I like live chats. They be litty. Okay. There are conduct violation rules in boxing. She violated it by swinging on Alycia. Bass, I'm gonna have to look that up because I was wondering. I don't know the rules, but I definitely was wondering. Let's get them likes up and show they civil. We want her live. Thank you, girl. What's the tea? That's another family member, y'all. Thank you. Yeah, y'all get those thumbs up, please. Pap's setting her up to go to jail so he can control her bank account like he did Remy. Kenya, you think he is doing the whole replay? He trying to do this again. Child, you were the first content creator that I watched when you were covering LAMH. Oh, Carla, girl, I'm glad you responded. Carla put that too up. I was like, hold on, Carla now. Wait a minute, girl. Wait a minute. Thank you, Carla, for the support. I really appreciate you. Okay, I really, really do. And then I'm gonna talk about some other things Friday as well, too. Because I have a lot of people on here that are also content creators because I was, teaching people and training people. So I'm working on some other things for us behind the scenes. Don't forget, we have the membership over here as well. If you all want to join the membership, so we can really talk some mess on the membership, honey. Because over on the membership, we don't have to worry about the system, being so nosy. But when you get a conservatorship, that means you are Azana. When you get a conservative, Wendy Williams she's not like that. And she has a conservatorship, and so does Britney Spears. She is giving Remy all the ammo she needs for the divorce when she is ready to let him go. You're right. They're giving her all of the ammunition she needs, okay? All of it. And also ammunition to say, I don't want my daughter over here around that woman, because it's not safe there. This is why you should never support a broke man. Tell it, Aqua. Clarence attempts to go viral, but it's always for the wrong reasons. Always for the wrong reasons. You're absolutely right. He is a warlock. No, child, not a warlock. Now, that's something we definitely can talk about in the membership, okay? We can get a little deep with that warlock. I feel like Win is falling back from them both. Mama Bossy, I think the same thing. I think Win is trying to put some separation between the two of them. And Friday, as a matter of fact, I do have something that I want to talk about on Friday. I've been holding it for a while. I do want to come and talk about the Win situation and something else that I saw that I really haven't seen any other content creator talk about. So we'll talk about that on Friday and whatever else that Claressa wants to give a show about so we can come and discuss. Hello, day Sylvan chat. She doesn't have enough money to be in a conservatorship. Um, hello. You said, oh, she says she needs some money because who gonna take care of her with no money? They will get jealous of her success and try to sabotage her. Mm-hmm. Azana says, not Warlock. This is turning very serious in real time. CS needs to be put in her place before it gets worse. So I'm with you on that. I feel like there needs to be consequences to stop her in her track, and in her tracks. Papa's a vamp, not a vamp. Because if it doesn't, she's only going to escalate. That's her behavior. That's what she's been showing us. And if you can think back to when she first started going on social media up until now, you can see the escalation. You see what is happening. You can clearly see it. You go back to the very beginning. All you got to do is go pull up some things from the very beginning. Here, you can go to my page and see the things that I've been putting up. And she's escalating. And that's normally what happens when a person is not given consequences for their actions. I think something definitely needs to happen when it comes to her. Thank you. Okay, y'all. I'll be back Friday, y'all. So I have a good night. Clarence hates light-skinned women. Oh, I love you too, Mary. I love you right back. Pap wants her locked in a cage so he can mess with other chicken heads while controlling her bag. That's why he's using her to network and make connections before she goes, he's going to make the connections that he needs. Yes, I will be back Friday. Replay, welcome back. Thank you. Thank you for her. I won't be surprised if Pat be at the botanicals. Oh, he's an energy vampire. I love your screenshot, and you know how to speak like seasoned, mature people who knows how to hold a conversation. Thank you, Azana. Oh, let me show y'all my other screen. Hold on, y'all. I made all of this for y'all. Okay, this is all I made. Me and my mentor, we made all of this so we could brand this channel. So when I come back, it will be branded. Okay, and this is for all of us. Hold on, give me just a second. We made all of this for y'all. Okay, all of it. Every part of it. So I really appreciate you all being here. Y'all don't know how much I appreciate you because like I said, this channel is a new start for me, going in a different direction, and we are growing this community, and I am just overjoyed that it is growing and it's growing so fast. So you guys want me to come back on, live? So I'll be on lives. We'll add some lives in there. I'm still going to do pre-recordeds, but we're absolutely going to do some lives. So we'll be back Friday. Don't be gender biased. They're two sides of the same coin. Okay. I bet when real hip hop artists see him coming, they be like, here comes that lame. I feel like he's ruined his reputation in that, over there with the hip hop artists, right? What he has done is totally out of line. And not just when it comes to hip hop, but to sit on a platform and blatantly tell untruths about Laila Ali. See, Papoose is just as bad as Claressa when it comes to their behavior. He's older. He should know. He's been in this type of world for a very long time. And he should know that what you put on social media will be on social media. Even if you erase it, it'll still be there. And Laila Ali, who has her legacy, her father's name, and her own name, is very important when it comes to a certain echelon of people. There are rooms that Laila probably has been in, I'm sure, and people she has talked to. And so this will extend not just from the boxing world, but into rap, into television, into movies, into sponsorships. And so Pep and Claressa both are not thinking. It's a sinking ship, and they're both are going to go down with the ship when it goes. Claressa has a terrible ego, thinking she could be the man, she could do whatever she wants. Suspension would be in order. I agree. I agree. Hey, Lori Bell. Thank you, Lori Bell. Another one of my A1 day ones. Thank you. Let me put my picture back in here. Well, when Pep goes back to his wife, that $8 million that she signed for will be going to and spent with his wife and family, because her manager, he knows exactly what calculated move to make. I understand what you're saying, Adonna, but I don't think Remy wants anything to do with him. See, there's a level that some men can go to that women will accept, and then there's a level beyond understanding. And what he has done and what he himself has said about Remy, if you haven't seen what he said, LaDonna, go and search him up and say, what did Pep say about Remy Ma? And the things he said about his wife, I don't think she will ever take him back. I don't see her wearing her bracelet anymore. Maybe not. Maybe Pat Pond did not Papoose. Well, she better hide it in a safe. Much love and respect. Thank you, honey. Isn't it against the law for how to use her hands on anyone? Mary Willis, that's a misconception. That's something that was put out. I researched it. No, there's no law. What happens is, because she is a trained boxer, if she was to put her hands on someone without just cause, meaning self-defense, she could be charged with a harsher sentence or charged with a crime because she is a boxer. But there's no law with registered hands or anything like that. It's just a misconception. It's a myth that's been, said time and time again. So this is why a lot of people repeat this. But I actually researched it. That's not true. Pap using her to make boxing connections before, he discarded her. If you follow her earlier interview, she was always like this. Pap just gave her the validation to show it. Malachi, I believe that she was very outspoken, and yes, I do believe that there was a level of ego. She's egotistical for sure, right? But I didn't see, I think what has been added is the fact that she's talking disrespectful to the people that support her, the people that can, be the reason why her career flourishes or not. Because anytime you're in an industry, even now with me being on social media, I need my audience, you all, my family. I need to build my community. So unless a person is born into money, old money is what they call it. When you do any type of business, especially if you're not all the way at the top, right, you have a lot to lose. And the people, in most cases, not all, but in a lot of cases, the people are the ones that keeps you afloat. And she doesn't seem to care about that. So I do believe, I agree with what you're saying, but also, it's the how she's now responding to the public. Or she is hiding her assets because of the quid pro quo. Oh, yes, her hands are registered as weapons in order for her to box. There's no registration for hands. There's none. And if you find one, Wayman, please send it to me. Okay, my email. Let me put my email up real quick, because if it is, I sure would like to show it and correct it, because I couldn't find it. According to what I researched, it says there's no such thing as registered hands. That's my email if y'all want to send me some information. DESILVATalkshow@gmail.com. Okay. So please feel free to send it to me. If you have some information, you can send me. And, definitely I will correct that. But I couldn't find it. I did research and I could not find that. I'm from DC. It sounds like you have a DMV accent as well. Are you family? Yes, Chris, child, I am. It's so surprising to me when people can hear that I'm from the DMV. Yes, I am. Born and raised. So yes, I'm family. Hey, fam. It's so funny when people can hear it. I know you said there was no such thing. Yeah, there isn't. That's a myth. There's no such thing as registered hands. Yes. And here's the thing. I like to Over here, you all, for those of you who are new, a lot of the family is in here that, they're supporting me and came over from my other channel. But for those of you that are new, one thing that I try to do is I speak from whatever experience I have. I try to speak to teach and learn. And if I know that something is not true, I will correct it. I try to speak from truth. And I'm very concerned with our community and what we say and do and how we represent ourselves. Because it's harder for us when we're trying to make it and elevate. And somebody like Claressa is, to me, a big disappointment. Okay. And unfortunately, when you're looking at women as a whole, Black women as a whole, she's not our representation. But because she is a Black woman, it shines a negative light on Black women, okay, as a whole. So it's good to have women like Alycia and some of the other boxers and Laila Ali, because there's another representation other than what we see that Claressa is doing. DMV sister here. Hey, DMV sister. That's another one of my A1 day ones. You only have a license for professional fighting and not hands registering. See, a lot of family know that. And that's one thing too. We'll teach each other what we don't know. We can agree to disagree. Over here, we're over here. We're going to be a family. We're going to learn from each other and discuss things. And we don't always have to agree. But this is a safe space for us to come over and learn and be able to discuss things. So you all who are new to me, you'll see very quickly. Hey DMV, I had a license with kickboxing, but I never had to register my body for my black belts. Okay, Aqua Queen. See, Aqua just gave us some information. Exactly. You don't register your body parts. I checked it myself, and you're right. There's no registered hands. Thank you, Wayman. Thank you so much. Remember, in order for how to construct a match, she has to perform character trait acquisition. Still a little bit from everybody. She's still from Pat's fake gangster image. Yeah, sometimes you ever catch her and she's talking like she's from New York. Have you all ever seen her do that? And she'll be talking. I'm like, what in the world? Why is she sounding like that? It's because she takes on, I do believe she takes on other people's personality, and mimics them. When I was on another live channel, a gentleman came in and stated that he's in the music industry. And he stated that Pap is only with her for the bag and to help out his wife. Help Remy how? I don't believe he's helping Remy at all. I could be wrong, but I don't believe it. Help her how? Right, because it doesn't take long to get rid of a ninja. Just sign and move on, especially if he's out here crashing with random slows. Y'all think because she hasn't signed the paperwork that she's with it, or some people do. Y'all, so let's talk about this in the comment. For those of you who think that Remy is in on this, okay, and that's why she ain't signed the paperwork, put a 5 in the chat. For those of you who feel like Remy is being strategic and she's collecting information and then she's going to file for that divorce, I want you to put an 8 in the chat. So 5 if you think Remy's with it and it's applied the plan. An 8 if you feel like Remy's just waiting for the right time and she's gathering all of the information. Now, while you're doing that, go ahead and put what you think in the chat. While you're doing that, I'm going to say this. Smart women, okay? Smart women who are going to make sure that they don't lose are going to be very calculated, and they're going to sit back. And if you emotionally mature and you have learned to control your emotions, you're going to sit back and you're going to plan and gather everything that you need to gather. So when you do file that paperwork, you have everything in motion and in place. So when your lawyer step in and he tries to give pushback and he's trying to get something from you, you've already gotten everything together. So when you sit down, 9 times out of 10, you're going to win and get everything that you want. Remy's too quiet. That's another thing. She's too unbothered. That's another thing. She refuses to even acknowledge them. That's another thing. Now, as a woman, what most of us know is, as the wife, I don't know too many wives that's going to sit back and watch their husbands run around with another woman and be okay with it because you're trying to get money. Women are too territorial unless you agree to assist the wife to sit back and watch your husband go over there with this woman, child, and Claressa, okay, and her double wearing clothes and all the things we've been seeing lately. And then to accept him back and then want to act like a wife to him, I don't believe that for a second. Not for a second. Also, Remy has a daughter now. And for most of us, women that are good mothers, there's something inside you that changes when you have children. There's a mother's instinct. I got to protect my children at all costs, even if it means protecting them from the other parent that helped them get here. See, this is a dangerous game that Pap and Claressa is playing. Also, Remy has a lot to lose now with her network. So why would she go along with the two of them to get back with Pap? Do you know that I know a lot of people think, oh, it'll be okay. They married, they can get back together. Married people get back together. But do you know what kind of damage that can do to Remy to reassociate herself with Pap? After Pap put it out there that she was a 304 and she need to learn how to, what do you say, keep her legs closed. Why would she get back with him? Exactly, Wayman. I'm sure her lawyers is trying to get things together. And on the podcast she did with Fat Joe, he's asked her several times about the lawyers. Several times. That wasn't just about her network. To me, it was sending a code out, letting Pap know those lawyers are on deck and they ready. See, and in my opinion, Remy has always been the brains in that relationship, in that marriage. Because look at Pat. Now Claressa is leading, and look where she's being led to. Now, I do believe that he's giving her some bad advice. I do, because he's trying to assert his authority. But you can't assert no authority when you weren't the one that was running anything in the first place. You was tagging along. You was a doo-wop girl. So how you don't want to be a doo-wop girl no more. You're going to try to take center stage with Claressa. Now Claressa's allowing it because she thinks Pap is something that he's not, in my opinion. She said he's rich. He's the richest man she ever been with. That's what she said. Y'all said 8. Okay, I see the ace in here. I think I see the ace. Oh, you said I think they have taxes and other financial stuff to be resolved. Yeah, I do too. I think there's a lot to be resolved. For one, it's a house that they have to pay on. She probably didn't sign the paperwork to protect her child because he wants half of parental rights. Child, this is why she's, in my opinion, if I was her, I would sit back. I would not say nothing like she's doing. Let them do all of everything that they're doing, and everything will be documented. And when the time comes and everything is in place, guess what I'll be doing? Finding the paperwork. There's also something called, and this happened with a family member of mine, because he's now gone from the home and she pays all the bills and he pays nothing. It's called marital abandonment, which will entitle him to nothing because he's paying on nothing. So as long as she's sitting back and paying, and Remy has made it clear, she pays for everything. Remember what she told us, even when it comes to her daughter's schooling, she pays for everything and does everything. So as long as she sits back and she collects all the evidence, keeps all of her receipts and all that, and they go to court and that judge say, well, sir, what have you paid for? You've been paying bills on the house? Have you paid the mortgage? Did you pay any of the utilities? Are you paying for your daughter's school? And he say, Yeah, I paid, because you know that's what Pap gonna say. He say, where your receipts? And he gonna say, Your Honor, I don't have none. And that judge is gonna say, you ain't got no receipts? Well, sir, you don't have no rights to anything. And then they pull out what we've all been seeing, right? Claressa said, my man, my man, my man. And remember, she branded herself with his name, right? And Pap went on Vlad and told us about their relationship. See, Pap and Claressa talk too much. That's their problem. And Remy sit back and let all the talking go on. I'm sure her lawyers got tons of videos they done downloaded for court. I'm just saying. My answer is 8, but I still have questions for Remy. She has an attorney. Why haven't they went and told the courts Pap is refusing to sign his papers? Girl, what's the tea? I really think that here's the thing. I don't think she's in a rush, one, because I really believe that they're collecting evidence. See, the longer time goes by and the longer he doesn't pay anything, the stronger her case becomes, because that shows abandonment. He abandoned the marriage, because abandonment doesn't just mean you leave and, oh, he left and, that's abandonment. No, because people separate and go into different houses all the time. Abandonment means also, basically, it really pretty much means is she's been taking care of everything and he has taken care of nothing. So she's responsible and has been responsible for the debt, and he hasn't. So now to step in and say you want something, the judge is going to look at him like he's crazy, because he's not in the home. He's not paying for nothing. I had a family member that this happened to, right? And these are ordinary. These ain't no rich people. These ordinary working class people. The husband didn't pay a dime. He thought he walked away. He was going to come back and claim something. And when they had those receipts, the judge said, oh, no, you don't get nothing. I had the same issue with my ex. He didn't want to sign, kept putting it off and dragging it out. And we had one minor child in the house. Still, I went and told the courts, I want my divorce. I want to move on. Yeah. Girl, what's the tea? Sometimes women will do that. Sometimes women, they want it so bad, they'll leave and walk away with nothing. So it just depends on the situation. I think when it comes to celebrities, it can be a little different. We just saw the situation with Todd and Candy. She had to give up a lot of things. But Pap and Remy's situation is totally different, because according to Remy, he's not paying anything, hasn't paid anything before he left and after he left. It's a little different if you're still in the house, right? But once you leave that house, then all of that changes when you're no longer contributing. Even though Remy said he was just paying the utilities then, but at least he was paying something. He ain't paying nothing now, according to Remy. Pap is a super clown. We thought he was smart until he spoke. Oh my God. Is it Janiyah? Oh my God. When he opened his mouth, I said, Lord, please be quiet. Let my ears, have some peace. I was like, oh my God, I'm glad he stopped talking. I agree. Sometimes you have to and move step. Yep, you're right, Aqua. Think Remy is being a mom, trying to protect her daughter from this foolishness. I agree. At Jenny Facts, he should have stayed quiet. He should have. And called a terrible thing to say about the mother of your child publicly or period. Yes. Also, you slander her name. Can you prove it? It's one thing to say it. It's another thing to prove it. Yes, when he finally talked, I was like, I think most of us was like, what in the world? Please be quiet. We don't need to hear anymore. I think a lot of us felt that way, right? Because it started to reveal a lot about Papoose. And in my opinion, this is just my opinion. Y'all can tell me if y'all agree with it or not. I think Papoose and Claressa are perfect for each other. I do. I think they're one and the same. I think she's more outspoken than he is because, she wants to be seen and she wants validation and she's insecure and all the things. But I believe that Pap is very much the exact same thing, except for he's not as loud as she is. Oh, but when he went over there with Vlad, we saw a whole nother Papoose, or at least we saw his face because he wasn't showing us his eyes. Yeah, but this downfall is coming too. Yes, it is. He's a clown. Pap and Clarence deserve each other. Definitely collecting evidence. She's sitting back in and she won't get him. She gonna get him real good. Another Martell. Ooh, Mary. He sounded like the Elmer Fudd of New York. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe she protected Pap from a lot of things. I believe she protected him from himself. She also protected him from the world. She was always the one that was, talking, that was in front, doing all of what needed to be done. And now, you know, to me, him and Claressa sound exactly the same. They're exactly the same. Papa may be smarter than Martell. He went and got a woo child. We got somebody with some coins. I know, girl, was the T. Remy removed her covering just like Melody removed her covering from Martell. We were able to see how he was a clown. Yep. Mm-hmm. His heart is not in the relationship. What they going below the belt? So it's done. And I don't know, and I know dang well Pap Smear ain't out here with that BS and why talking his baby mother, his wifey, the golden child mama. Mm-hmm. Yes, he is his honor. Go look it up. Oh, the things he said about Remy. Yes, it did show Papoose had hand with his lying tongue. I can tell Pat was lying, saying all the things about Remy. He was pulling negative stuff out of the air. He was looking in the air, searching for words. He sure was. She's might also be waiting on that baby. Oh my God. I hope they don't bring no child into this. Yes, they do. LOL. Yes, they are like, right? Yes, because when I heard Martell really talk, I was like, what? Not you was like, he really dumb. Oh my goodness. Not he really dumb. Wow. How Papoose responsible for everything go wrong. Clarence and Papoose catch hell because he's married, but Remy is married too. She was parading around with a man while she was married. Here's the thing, Yellow. Remy did not throw that in our face. Someone recorded, put it on social media. Remy did not come and tell us that, my man. Remy didn't come and tell the public how stupid they was and how every woman wants Papoose. Remy didn't come and do any of that. You don't even see Remy on social media with anybody. She wasn't all over her Instagram page. She wasn't branding her body with a man's name. Shall I go on? What else, Yellow? Should I go on? See, there's a difference. Not that Remy was right, because she is married. And we know people separate, and sometimes, they go on about their lives. So Remy didn't come on social media either talking about the relationship with Papoose and Claressa until her hand was forced. They were the ones running around. And even now, Claressa is trying to make the world accept what she wants us to see, not what we actually see. So see the difference, Yellow? Remy wasn't right. She was wrong. But Remy didn't do what Pap and Claressa is doing. And every time they sat down and did an interview, Remy's name came up. And the one thing Remy said was, Pap know how this game goes. Before he do an interview, all he got to do is tell him, hey, look, y'all don't bring Remy up. But they didn't do that. They used Remy as a way for them to get a spotlight on them instead of talking about what they had going on. You see? That's the difference. And Claressa acts classes just like Ariane. She just doesn't have a botched BBL. And I agree. Yep, him and CS do belong together. They look alike. They look alike, act alike. Probably since he ate them groceries. What they smell alike. What is on Azana say? You is acting up. I knew somebody sounded like Claressa was going to say that. Not sounding like Claressa was going to say that. If she has a baby, Remy will be done. She is not dealing with CS for life. Lies, Remy was not throwing business out. Claressa and Pap put that stuff up. Exactly. She didn't throw nothing out. Well, she did put out the text messages, right? But she did that after all this stuff got started. After she asked Pap to stop Claressa from talking. And he said, I can't do nothing about it. I can't stop her. I see CS always defending herself. Nobody is on here saying those things about Alycia like they do Claressa. Go all the way back and start from the beginning. Look at how this all started. Yes. Y'all say, I forgot she got a page. Claressa, is that you, sweetie pie? Girl, come on out the bushes and tell us it's you. Remy and Papoose getting that money. That's why he's not getting divorced. They playing everybody on this internet. You think they playing everybody, Patricia? Okay, we'll see soon enough. Pap has been cheating. Are we forgetting that lady that interviewed with TK that thought Pap was her child's father? Ooh, Miss B. Miss B. I think some people haven't seen that. I don't think a lot of people even know about that situation with that lady. How come nobody is giving Remy the same yellow? Do we have to keep talking about that? Facts, we ain't saying she was right in cheating, but she didn't make a spectacle of it either. Yellow, look, I understand, not I see you, CS. I understand you're not liking it, but when you go and look at the situation and what's happening, there's a direct correlation between why Claressa is constantly being talked about and why her and Pap and why Remy is not. If Claressa goes about her life, stop being on social media, acting out, showing her terrible behavior, then she would not be talked about. But I think Claressa needs this publicity to keep her name out on social media, because tell me what else she has going on. Yellow, I know you like Claressa, or you are Claressa. Tell me, what will Claressa talk about if the people are not talking about her? Because as far as I know, she doesn't have any fights coming up. Does she have a fight schedule? Tell us what Claressa has going on. I would like to know. I would seriously like to hear your opinion about what is it that Claressa can be in the spotlight for that she hasn't already been in the spotlight for, right? We know about her accolades. We know about her belts. What does Claressa have going on that's going to have the people talking about her, unless she acts the way she's been acting? Okay. Yellow flower shade. We are both Clarence, aka Claressa. You want to exit because we're going to stay on your neck. Okay, girl. Y'all heard let me tell you something, girl. What's the tea is the soldier, honey. Okay. Claressa, go away with all them burner accounts. You act a monkey fool. That's why you weird, girl. Yellow is Claressa. Girl, stop the games. It was you and Dingbat Pap, and you so calm down. When this stuff first happened in 2024, the people would turn. Miss B, I'm glad you brought that up. You're absolutely right. When this happened, you're right. The people were tearing Remy up, especially the men. Oh, the men all over the place was talking. They was talking on all the podcasts. Okay, social media. Oh, the women was tearing her up too now. They were. And Remy was quiet, and she took it, and she said nothing. But when she did come out and say something, she told us what we didn't know. She actually showed us what we didn't know. Man, y'all, MFs, y'all don't want to see ish. Now, Yellow, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. See, it's all good and fine, and y'all are not being fair with your pretty judgments. How long y'all gonna bitch about? Oh, that do sound like you, Claressa. You upset? Look, your aggressiveness and bad behavior and terrible mouth, okay, throwing tantrums is not going to get you anywhere. Now, we can have this discussion. We don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree. I said that earlier in case you just got here. So you can have your opinion. That's all good and fine, and we're going to have ours. But be respectful, okay? All of this is too much. You don't have to do all that. Claressa is disgusting and a bad reputation of Black women. Give that its a rest already. Claressa don't even talk about her fight. She talk about her man Papoose. Exactly, Murray Willis. What does Claressa have to talk about? And Yellow, you made the statement that you made and you upset, but I'm waiting for you to tell me what it is that Claressa is going to be talking about, or what can the people talk about when it comes to Claressa is if it's not the way she's been acting. If she's not on social media with her bad behavior, okay, what will people talk about when it comes to Claressa? I'm going to need you to tell me that. Since you're defending this situation, you're very upset. Tell me, We are launching ATU, Claressa, TSK, me, Yellow Flower. And Yellow Flower, you now see, you done got the people upset. Okay. That's y'all effing problem. Y'all be worried about ish other than the boxing. What ish, DJ? What you talking about? That's whose problem? I'm trying to understand. You said that's y'all problem. Y'all be worried about ish other than the boxing. Claressa ain't worried about the boxing either. She worried about Papoose. Okay, she worried about Alycia. Light skinned, pretty Alycia. That's what she worried about. She's worried about Laila Ali, who don't box no more. So why would we be worried about the boxing? We're not boxers. I don't care nothing about boxing. But I do care about social media and what's happening with celebrities or well-known people and some people that ain't well-known. So that's why we're going to talk about it. Clarence. Remember that from the movie Tales from the Hood? Because Remy's hands are not clean. She did her dirt too, but y'all see her. Look, we know Remy did her dirt. We acknowledge it. What else do you want? Is Remy out here acting a fool? No, she's not. Do we hear from Remy? No, we don't. Is Remy parading around, her side, coleslaw, macaroni, cheese? No, she's not. Remy's minding her business and taking care of her business. Claressa's not doing the same. So I'm still waiting for you, Yellow. Let me see. Have you told me what Clarence got going on? Now, y'all got me saying Clarence. Tell me what's going on. You keep saying Remy playing like her hands are clean, but I'm still waiting for you to tell me what it is that Claressa is doing for people to talk about that's not negative. I'm still waiting, Yellow, and you ain't said nothing yet. Claressa, stand down. Stand up, speak correctly. You are so much better than that. Focus on your blessings. God has blessed you with so much. Humble yourself, love yourself, respect yourself, have empathy. Charlene, that's really sweet and kind of you to say. But she ain't gonna listen. She not gonna listen. Yep, the pretty girl pressure is real. Clarence crashed out. Shields can't handle a pretty girl. Fight life ain't fair because they got looks and talent. And not little boy Shields. Lady Ali got Claressa going crazy. Already received her fair share of hate. You just upset that this isn't the channel that's currently doing it. Yes, Robin. Yellow is very upset. Poor thing. NHL problem coming on here telling us that we worried about stuff other than boxing. You must be worried about the same thing, DJ. You here, so you right with us. Stupid. DJ want to be over here with us. Otherwise, Yellow too. They want to be here. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. This is not a Claressa love channel. This channel don't say nothing about we in love with Claressa. We're not going to talk about her foolishness. We knew she was coming out, troll. One day have Claressa said, you know what, I am not going to be with a married man or bully people or tear down my coworkers or other women or anyone she disrespected. DJ says you don't know ish about boxing, so you only know half the story of the Instagram. Alycia and Laila been talking down on Claressa for years before she started snapping back. Yeah, that's not true, DJ. Now, Alycia talks like boxers talk. Okay, they talk trash. That's not the problem. The problem is Claressa took it too far outside of the boxing ring. And Laila was supporting Claressa. So, see, you don't know what you're talking about. She was supporting her. She even did an interview with her. She was very much in support of her. So, DJ, go get your facts straight. Okay, sweetie. She's sick. That's why Remy doesn't want her around their child. So is it the act or the actions? In a marriage that has problems, there is no reason for anybody to come in and be a distraction. Remy was wrong, and so is Pap. I agree, music. I know, but it's so sad. She didn't make a spectacle of it. Yellow. She was parading around with that. You upset about why are you talking about Easy on the Block? What did he do to you? He looked very much like Pap, okay? They look alike. His teeth was a little more messed up. And he has his teeth fixed, the same way you got yours fixed. So Easy looks a lot better. He looks actually like he could be Pap's brother, almost a little bit more. He'll look like his twin. So, I mean, I don't know why you talking about Easy like that when they look just alike. Okay, Claressa, I mean Yellow. They look very much alike. Yellow, what about that away female boxer that exposed y'all's intimate relationship? Oh, Lord, I saw that. I saw that. Azana is cracking up laughing. No one can say CS doesn't have a good athlete's body, and for her to point that out was shady. For who to point out what? You talking about Layla? God ain't blessing no mess. Stop it. Oh Lord, this girl got 200 burner accounts. Not 200 burner accounts. Yellow and DJ is Claressa. Stop being a bully, girl. Hey, Yellow, you just believe everything negative about Remy that Pap told you. Men do that, They absolutely do. Chocolate, tell her. We've been trying to help you, Claressa, so that this man don't totally take advantage of you, but you don't want to listen. Okay, but that's okay. You'll find out sooner or later. Papoose need to keep his pit bull on a leash. She's out here trying to bite pretty women. That's another thing. Too many people think that way. Get money by any means necessary. Yeah, all money ain't good money. No, in spite of what people tell you. No, Claressa has been coming for Alycia for years. Miss B. And Miss B would know, honey. Miss B be following all the things. My mama used to say, just live, baby Claressa. She gonna be all right. DJ and Yellow, slow, and slow show your face, Claressa. Hey, Cashy. 200 next account. Stop lying. I am a true boxing fan. You were what? You were friends with Alycia, then started hating as usual. Okay, Miss Lady T. I love CS, and I'm not going to tear her down when men have had all kinds of fights outside of the ring. I mean, Jamie, that's your choice. This isn't just about what has happened outside the ring. I'm sure if you love her, you didn't see everything else that has gone on with her. Okay, everything else. And at the end of the day, I know she's pissed off and upset that the content creators, talk about her. And for the most part, it's not in her favor, right? I get it. But again, if she wasn't putting stuff out there, nobody would have anything to talk about. I mean, people will still talk about little stuff, but she gives a lot to talk about. DJ Pap and get off Claressa's strap. It's like a toxic unwritten law in some communities. They're letting men have entire families across town as long as no one knows, and now women do it. I'm telling y'all in this chat and y'all talk. DJ, what you saying now? LOL, Layla was the same person who said she's no champion could be her when Claressa checked her and told, first of all, she never said Claressa and told her to get in the ring and fight. She said 20 million, so Claressa called her bluff. She never said Claressa. That's the first thing. So you have to be a emotional, immature person to think that when someone is saying something, they are talking to you. A couple of things, DJ. Either you emotionally immature and or you are insecure. Because if I say something and I don't say your name and you assume it's you, that it could apply to any other person, then that says a lot about you and who you are and what you think about yourself. Because unless you say my name, you're not talking to me. And if Claressa is as confident as she is, she wouldn't have to keep telling us how great she is, how pretty she is, how sexy she is, how big her butt is. She would not have to tell us all the things that we could clearly see. And see, my grandmother used to say, you don't have to tell people, they'll tell you. So when you have to constantly remind people that you are this and that, that's your insecurity. And you're trying to convince the people. See, if it's true, you don't have to convince anybody. They'll tell you. They'll tell you they know. But when you're doing all that convincing and you got that, and then you try to tear other people down because you're trying to build yourself up, that says a lot about you and who you are. And that's her problem. She did say that on ESPN. What the F are you talking about? It was a backhanded compliment. They were in the same weight class. It was a backhanded compliment. It was backhanded, DJ. DJ, I think you should get out of your feelings. I think you should get some control of your emotions, because you two seem like you don't have any emotional control. The way you're talking, you're very upset. And for what? You, Claressa? Is that why you're upset? You her cousin or her brother? What's going on? Why are you so upset? This is not a Claressa love channel. Okay, it's not a hate channel, Claressa. It's a truth channel about what she's shown us. And so, you know, I just feel like for your own peace of mind, this might not be a good channel for you. Now, you're welcome to stay. But, you know, we're going to keep talking about the things that we choose to talk about. And it just might bother you a lot. You know, and I'm a little concerned for you and your emotions, since you don't seem to be able to control them very well. But nevertheless, we can agree to disagree. Great comment says, good evening, Day Silver. I've been around since Saturday night. LAMH after show panels. Glad you're back. I'm over here. Risa is relentless. She touched AB while on stilts and her cute little black dress. Now, see, see, the people over here, you know, seem to be like-minded, except for the few. You're welcome to stay, though. But, you know, we're not going to let y'all spread that nonsense that y'all trying to talk. It's just not going to happen. Sorry. DJ sound like Vlad doing his interview. Where Yellow at? Ducked out, couldn't take the smoke. Girl, what's the tea? Look, Yellow said she is tired of us, okay? This boy Claressa done brought the entire 504 resource class into the doggone chalet. We got a whole crew of short bus riding, soft helmet wearing heifers in here. Y'all are so when y'all running them out, and there go DJ. LA, we can produce the videos. It's on YouTube. Okay, DJ. Okay, DJ. DJ, do you got a YouTube channel? I'm just saying. DJ, do you have a YouTube channel? That 15 million they allegedly offered later was all cap. If they had 15 million for later, why later on they only gave Slow Risa $8 million deal? Makes no sense. Here's another thing. I agree, Tyrese. Here's the thing. For you to offer that type of money for later to come out, but they don't see that same worth in you, that tells us a lot. And when it comes to that 8 million, Claressa don't even have the 8 million. According to her, what did she get? 2-3 million up front, and she has to do the other fights to get the rest of it. Well, don't look like she gonna have no fights to me. So that 3 million, that might be it. Y'all sound challenged coming on here with all this disrespectful clowning you're doing when you don't have anything intelligent to say. You resort to acting childish. Who resort to acting childish? You, Queen Supreme. Now, you know you shouldn't be having that name, right? Claressa, that's you again. Why would you go after someone who has gone from boxing for so many years? It makes no sense to me. They didn't say that. You're not going to convince us that Claressa is unhinged. That's a fact. Perhaps she's not. She may just be a narc, and that's why she has nothing to say. She loves the internet. That's why she stayed on here. That's why Papoose and Remy ripping her off. Not ripping her off. Y'all really think that, huh? DJ, at DJ Good, go start your channel and post this. We don't care. My Stephen A voice. Now go post your channel. You got a channel, DJ. Lost 20 million is what Layla offered. You got a channel, DJ 20 million is the offer she wanted. She had the capital from investors. Oh, okay, but they wouldn't invest in her. Okay, got you, DJ. And so Layla was the only person that they would offer that money to. Then what that says is Layla is more valuable than Claressa and every other fighter that's out there. Because why would you offer that money to a retired fighter? Why? And see, money ain't everything to everybody. Layla has all kinds of endorsements and things that she's doing and things that she owns and she's selling. So money's not everything to everybody. I think she's more concerned with her legacy. And she doesn't want to give the opportunity to somebody like Claressa. Why would she? For the money? Why would she? Money doesn't control everybody. Money is not something that makes everybody jump and move. To get out of retirement, answered your own question. Who says she want to get out of retirement? If she want to get out of retirement, she could just come back, DJ. She could just come back if she want to get out of retirement. She don't need Claressa to get her out of retirement. She never said she wanted to come out of retirement. So that makes no sense, what you're saying. It makes no sense. But what does make sense is the fact that they showed, Claressa helped it be shown that Laila is more valuable to the boxing world than she is. Because according to her, Laila ain't did nothing, right? In her time. But them offering this 20 million, so-called 20 million, that shows Claressa is not the most valuable one. She's not the GOAT. Laila is the greatest of all time. If 20 million was offered, that's what it shows me. She did not. She said she would think about it. That's what she said. She would consider it. God is blessing Remy because Remy thought you, Claressa, was a friend. So since she asked God forgiveness, he has opened doors. He has given her everything that was taken from her. These burn accounts are sickening. These burn accounts are sickening. Yeah, Claressa has a lot of time on her hands. Claressa, you got a lot of times. Go find a boxer. Or you might want to come down, to Alycia's weight class so you can fight her since you said you want to fight her. Or better still, how about you go and ask 50 Cent to get, maybe you can make a fight with him. Because what we see is you don't have no fights. Bye, Yellow. Have a good night. Don't think about us too much. Who needs burner accounts? DJ, you? We think you need a burner account. That's what we think. Bye, Riri. Period. Ali and his daughter may be keeping what? And she said she was a fan of Ali, but stayed disrespecting his daughter. Not cool. Not cool at all. Especially when you come from our community. That's not something that your family member would allow, especially your father you close to. There's no way Muhammad Ali will want anything to do with Claressa. Oh, now she signed back into Yellow account. Girl was the T. Now she signed back into Yellow's account. What? She can't because she can't stop eating. You do, Claressa, because you a coward, DJ. This is CS legacy. What's her legacy, Charlene? Tell us what her legacy is going to be. Oh, they went and got on that bus that was with y'all. Not they got on the bus that was blowing. Oh my goodness. I hope no one gives her a fight. She doesn't need to share a ring with anyone. MVP. Laila will never stoop to her level of stupidity. Clarence, grow up. All these tantrums, hate rants, is being delusional. Your demise is near wasting your career over and is crazy word. DJ and Yellow, they didn't gone up out of here. They should go get their own accounts and go ahead and go over there and defend Claressa. That's what they should do. If she was a part of the promotion, all knew her intentions is one thing. However, she was an uninvited guest. Claressa's legacy is the greatest mistress of all time. Oh, child. We hate the way Claressa eat. Then never eat with a fork or anything else. Just a spoon. Then she say that's how Nigerians eat. Isn't that what she said? She trying to, child. Then you trying to put Nigerians in your mess. Laila didn't say that. She said she would. Yeah, she said she would think about it. Exactly. You talking facts, DJ? Ain't nothing you saying is a fact, DJ. Why don't you go get a channel and then go and tell all the facts on your channel? That way you can educate the rest of the content creators. Since we don't know. Last night she harassed us under another name on Hood Champion channel. Laugh a laugh. I'm sassy for discussing facts. Y'all called him sassy. She's so damn delusional. Damn. Smacking in the camera. Pap is not a man or 50 years old following an idiot. Tells a lot about him. I told you his name means to carry a baby on your back. Bet you can be my first queen, my first guest. Who will be your first guest, DJ? Go make your channel, DJ. A narcissistic injury. Her ego was hurt. CL's called herself "Goat make more like a goat" because that's how she chooses her food. Oh my God. Not more like a goat. That's how she chooses her food. Let me say this, DJ. If you go make a channel about Claressa, and you get on here and you put in the work like the rest of us, you can grow your channel. That's how you become a content creator. And, you have people to come support you. So go over there and see, all the Claressa people can come over and support you. And then I think, let me give you some suggestions. I think you should also reach out to Claressa to let her know that you're a fan, because I know you, Claressa. So tell all your fans, right? Tell your fans to come over and support you. I don't go on people's channels ever. And if I did, it would be a channel worth going to. No, I would not come over your channel because, see, you got to get it out the mud like the rest of us do. So go do the work. You want to hand out. Go do the work like the rest of us. Okay, build your channel up. And all of the Claressa, all of the 3 people that support Claressa, I'm sure will come over to your channel and support you. Yes, I was there on Hood's channel last night, and the night she called in speaking in third person as if we wouldn't recognize her voice. Absurdity. That girl came into the world bad and is going out bad. Her legacy is hood booger, uneducated. The only person in this world child is Donald Trump. We from the same city, 810. Who from the same city? Who you talking about? What that mean? What that mean? What that mean we from the same city? Who you talking about? Oops, trying to use Silver's hard work like Pap using the ATM card. Aqua, we don't do men latching on to us, honey. We don't do that. One thing y'all ladies will know over here, okay, we all about self-preservation for women. And the one thing that we don't do is we don't let men come and latch themselves onto us and grow because of us. Okay, we do support the men who make their own way, do their own thing. But as far as, I don't need no doo-wop girls. Okay. And I'm not letting you hitch nothing to me. Not going to happen at all. Pap is a leash. Claressa, this is you. We know where you are from. We know where you from. Oh my God. Pap is saying she has no self-discipline. Yeah, you're right, Dollar. And it's hard for him to hide behind the shield this facade that he has put up when all she does is keep putting a spotlight on herself. For a man to stay with a woman like Claressa says everything about him and who he is and his character. Because, the men love to say that they are the leaders, right? So that means that if she is going down this road and you're with her, then Pap, you must be leading her down this road because she's going down a road to destruction. Why haven't you, as the leader, taken her off the wrong path and put her on the right path? I don't understand. You can't be, a leader on one hand and then on the next hand say she don't listen to me. I told her she don't listen to me. Makes no sense. But we see who Pap is now. We can see him clearly now. Then the anger with Remy. Child, Remy don't want pawn no more. What's so funny to me is most of us don't know her on a personal level. It's people judging this young lady Do you know her, MS De Silva? Are you perky? Have you made some wrong decisions? We've all made wrong decisions, Jamie. But what I don't do is make a wrong decision, then come on and tell people, that I'm not wrong. 1 minute you say one thing, another time you say another thing. I say what I mean and I mean what I say. We all make mistakes in life. But are we all on social media cussing people out all the time? Are we all on social media upset because somebody says something we don't like? See, the difference between her and me is she's a celebrity. Got it, Jamie? She's on social media acting a fool. Understand, Jamie? She has a spotlight on her. She tells us she's the greatest woman of all time when she's really the greatest fool of all time. See, Jamie? See the difference? So unless Claressa wants to turn the page and do something different, we're going to keep talking about her. I'm going to keep putting videos up about her. And I'm going to keep on revealing everything that she does because she wants the attention. Otherwise, she wouldn't keep doing it. See how that works, Jamie? Got it? Okay, good. Queen De Silva, I've always been a great supporter of you and your channel. I've never considered you to be unintelligent or disrespectful. My comments were directed at Yellow Flower and not you. Oh, okay, Queen, no problem. I know sometimes reading the comments, they get off. That is not a problem. They're both embarrassments to each other. They are out here in these streets looking real stupid. Yes. And it's just a bad example. And she talking about how she wants a child. What are you going to teach your child? That when somebody says something you don't like, to put your hands on them? That when people don't agree with who you are or how you look, you're going to come on social media and curse them out? Is that what you're going to teach them? You're going to teach them to lash out? What you going to teach them? And let me tell you something else too, Jamie. Okay, and the other people that's in here. According to her very own cousin, okay, she said none of them rap too tight. That's what she said. And she didn't even leave herself up out of that. And we've seen her sister's actions. So to me, this is something that the family tends to do. But in order to change from the direction that your family is in, to do something different and better, you decide to make that change. Claressa has not decided to do that. Claressa has decided to use her popularity and her celebrity so that she can come on social media and talk to the content creators or the people reporting, talk to those people any type of way that she chooses to, because they are giving their opinion about the things that she shows us. But yet she keeps showing us. So yeah, I'm going to keep talking about her. I am. When Remy came home, Pat protected her. He made sure she was in situations that was not conducive to her rebuilding, factual, documented on Love and Hip Hop. Yeah, I saw that, Tamika. He did. And I can see him doing that. And here's the thing. Remy has said he is not the Pap that she knew. She said that. Do I think he did everything wrong? No. Do I think Remy was perfect? No. But I think the problem is you took your situation and you allowed somebody else in the situation to come on social media and constantly, go after your wife. And so did you. And you took your wife's, her legacy and celebrity and put it out on Front Street so that you could get recognition, you and Claressa. So you was tearing her down while trying to build yourself up. That's a problem. If I am as great as I say I am, if I have as much talent as I say I do, Papoose, make a song every month for a year and it don't go nowhere, then I wouldn't need to tear you down to build myself up. That wouldn't be the story. When I go to the radio stations, I will talk about me and what I got going on. And if a person asks about my spouse, you know what I would tell them? I'm not here to talk about them. I'm here to promote what I got going on. But you can't do that when don't nobody care about what you got going on. There's an amount of trying to guilt trip that will work on Silver. She's saying what she's saying. And my Nene, say it again, Aqua. I say what I mean and I mean what I say. And it ain't going to change. So y'all over on the wrong channel. That's all I can tell you. Now, we can agree to disagree. I mean, I'll read your comments, all of that, right? As long as you're respectful, you have a right to your opinion. I'm just going to counter your opinion. That's all. It's very clear where I stand when it comes to Claressa. He was very protective of Remy Ma when she got out of jail. No reporter could talk to her. Yes, he was. Murray Willis, he was. When you are not legally married, the custodial parent, which is Remy, has to say so over who is around her child. He is the baby daddy, nothing more. It's obvious these people are not married. Hello, Queen. Woldham, no gloat, greatest liar of all times. Not gloat, huh? Miss B sure was. That is why he tried to destroy her reputation. Music Big Facts actually were all instructed to do so. All they gotta say is, do not ask no questions about my wife. Exactly. But if they did that, the interview would probably be over. All of us women that have experienced some things in life are only trying to give Claressa insight, guidance to look at the whole picture. We want Claressa to win. But how can you win and work on you? Exactly. There was a lot of people that supported her, that was in her corner, that believed in her and all of that. But the minute that they gave her some advice that was not what she wanted to hear in reference to her situation with Pap, she would then flip on them too. So if you don't like what's being said about you, do something different. Or just be quiet. How can you promote something when you don't have anything to promote? Exactly. Look. Yes, Tamiko. CS topics, her man, her food, and her crash house. Exactly. Girl, what's the tea? We will throw her tail under the bridge. There's no supporting that train wreck anymore. I won't lie. I stopped being supportive when she went wild and light-skinned women and when she disrespected Laila Ali. See what I'm saying? So people have changed their minds about Claressa because of Claressa's action. She has nobody to blame but herself. Nobody to blame. Oh my gosh, Charlene, Miss Cully, thank you. All right, y'all. We've been on here for almost 2 hours. I didn't mean to stay this long, but I'm glad I did. I really enjoy being over here with y'all. Even though some of you are new, it's like old times, like when I was on my other channel. We'll be back on Friday, okay? We'll be over here talking 8 o'clock Friday Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. So that way, again, YouTube doesn't always send out notifications. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if it's a glitch. I don't know if it's something that they just do. But if you subscribe to the channel, every time I go live and when I drop my pre-recorded videos, I'll put it in the community tab and then you'll get a notification even if YouTube does not send out the notifications. We'll be going over to the memberships at some point. I'm still working over there, doing some things over there. So if you want to join the membership, please do so. Go ahead and join. Thank y'all so much for being here. I really appreciate you. I'm going to go out with my outro. For those of you who have been here, y'all already know that I love my outros. Thank y'all so very much. Y'all make me want to come on here more. And I didn't think it was going to be this successful tonight. So I really appreciate you all. I will see you all on another video soon. Bye, family.
I should've known better, Aisha. I should've known better that I lose. I should've known better. Tell me that this wasn't all for nothing.